On Live with Kelly and Mark, the married hosts welcomed shrinking star Krista Miller, who asked Kelly and Mark about their sex life. I have something to say. I watch this show, I'm a fan. And Mark, I'm going to say this with love. There's no morning sex. No one likes it. And not even on the weekends. Consuelos was amused by Miller's quip, which referenced past live discussions, including Ripa's admission in 2025, when she said her husband prefers morning sex, despite the fact that she finds it disgusting. I've got to tell you, this job has really gotten in the way of that. It's been the antidote for it, Consuelos replied, while Miller added, we also don't fall for the, I just want to cuddle you in the morning. Ripa adds, I always say spooning leads to forking, while Consuelos turned to Miller to inquire about her sex life with husband and Scrubs creator Bill Lawrence. Consuelos asked Miller, are you having the same problem at home? We're having the same problem, Miller replied. My window is in the afternoon, it's a short window. And also, Bill has to be home, and also not bugging me. There are a lot of steps. A lot of hurdles. Consuelos called quick afternoon sex a nooner, just as Miller asked Ripa to make an official statement against morning sex. Looking straight to the camera, Ripa said her message to Bill. Bill, for the love of God. On behalf of all of us here in the studio audience, there's absolutely no morning sex. Morning television is known for its cheerful hosts, celebrity interviews, and light-hearted banter. But every once in a while, a moment happens that instantly becomes the talk of viewers everywhere. That is exactly what unfolded on a recent episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, when married hosts Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos welcomed actress Krista Miller to the studio. The conversation quickly took a surprising and hilarious turn when the topic shifted to the couple's long-running debate about their sex life, specifically one question that fans of the show already knew well. Is morning romance really a good idea? What followed was a candid, playful discussion that left the audience laughing and reminded viewers exactly why the chemistry between the married hosts has made the show such a hit that a guest with a bold question, Krista Miller, arrived on set to promote her latest project, the hit Apple TV Plus series Shrinking, where she plays the witty and confident Liz. But before the interview could move on to acting, storylines, or Hollywood gossip, Miller decided to address something she had clearly been thinking about. I have something to say, she announced to the hosts as she sat down across from them. The audience leaned forward in anticipation. I watch this show, Miller continued with a grin. I'm a fan. And, Mark, I'm going to say this with love. There's no morning sex. No one likes it. And not even on the weekends. The comment instantly triggered laughter from the audience and the hosts alike. For viewers who regularly tune into the show, Miller's remark referenced a debate that had already become a running joke on the program. The origin of the debate, the conversation about morning intimacy, first gained attention when Kelly Ripa shared a humorous confession during a podcast interview in 2025 that Ripa had revealed that her husband of nearly 3 decades had a very specific preference when it came to timing. Romantic moments. According to Ripa, Consuelos seemed to favor morning time. She, however, had a very different opinion than I. In fact, she once jokingly described morning intimacy as disgusting, explaining that the early hours were not exactly the most glamorous time for anyone. Between sleep masks, retainers, and nasal strips, Ripa joked that she and her husband looked like completely different people. First thing in the morning, the story quickly went viral and became a recurring joke whenever the couple discussed their marriage on television. So when Miller brought the topic back up during her appearance, the audience already knew exactly where the conversation was headed. Mark Consuelos responds rather than appearing embarrassed by the topic. Mark Consuelos seemed amused. After all, the couple have spent years proving that they are comfortable sharing humorous glimpses into their relationship. Consuelos leaned back in his chair and laughed before delivering a response that surprised viewers. I've got to tell you, he said, this job has really gotten in the way of that. It's been the antidote for it. The remark drew another wave of laughter from the studio audience. His point was simple. Hosting a morning talk show means waking up extremely early, often before sunrise. That schedule alone tends to make morning romance far less practical. Krista Miller doubles down, but Miller wasn't done yet. Turning to Ripa, she insisted that women everywhere share the same opinion about early morning affection. We also don't fall for the, I just want to cuddle you line in the morning, she said. The crowd erupted again. Miller's comment suggested that what begins as innocent cuddling often has other intentions behind it, a claim that many viewers likely found relatable. Ripa couldn't resist adding a clever one-liner of her own. I always say spooning leads to forking, she joked. The witty phrase instantly became one of the most quoted lines from the episode. Turning the tables, Mark Consuelos decided to flip the conversation back toward their guest. Looking at Miller, he asked a question that surprised Are you having the same problem at home?" he asked. The actress burst into laughter. She explained that her own marriage had similar challenges when it came to timing romantic moments. Miller has been married for decades to television writer and producer Bill Lawrence, best known as the creator of Scrubs, and apparently, scheduling isn't always easy in their house either. "The afternoon window. We're having the same problem," Miller admitted. She went on to describe what she called her preferred window. "My window is in the afternoon," she explained, "but even that timing," she said, "comes with several conditions. It's a short window," Miller joked. "And also Bill has to be home and not bugging me." The audience roared with laughter. "There are a lot of steps," she added. "A lot of hurdles." The concept of a nooner consuelos, clearly enjoying the conversation, introduced another term into the discussion. "That's what we call a nooner," he said. The phrase, referring to midday romance, quickly became another highlight of the segment. Even the studio crew could be heard laughing behind the cameras. Moments like these are exactly what fans love about the show. Conversations that feel spontaneous, playful, and authentic. Kelly Ripa's official statement at this point, Miller suggested. Something dramatic. She encouraged Ripa to make an official declaration. "Tell the world," Miller urged. Ripa leaned forward and looked directly into the camera as if addressing viewers at home. Her expression became mock serious. "Bill," she said, addressing Miller's husband, "for the love of God, on behalf of all of us here in the studio audience, there's absolutely no morning sex." The audience erupted in applause and laughter. Consuelos, meanwhile, pretended to look defeated at a marriage that fans love despite the teasing. The moment perfectly captured why audiences adore Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos as a hosting duo. Their marriage, which began decades ago after meeting on the soap opera All My Children, has always been filled with humor and honesty over the years. They've raised 3 children and built successful careers in television and entertainment, but even after many years together, they continue to joke about the small quirks and disagreements that every couple experiences. For fans watching at home, the debate about morning romance wasn't shocking. It was simply another example of their relatable relationship. Why the moment went viral. Clips from the episode quickly spread across social media. Fans praised the hosts for their openness and humor. Many viewers said the conversation felt refreshingly real compared to the carefully scripted interviews, often seen on daytime television. Others simply enjoyed the comedic timing between the hosts and their guest. The chemistry between Ripa, Consuelos, and Miller turned what could have been an awkward topic into a hilarious and memorable moment. The power of honest conversations. Moments like this also highlight why daytime talk shows remain such an important part of television culture. Shows like Live with Kelly and Mark thrive on authenticity. Audiences tune in not just for celebrity interviews, but for the sense that they're watching real conversations unfold. Whether the hosts are discussing parenting, relationships, or everyday life, the humor and honesty keep viewers coming back. Fans react after the episode aired. Fans took to social media to share their reactions. Many viewers joked that they completely agreed with Ripa's stance. Others admitted they sided with Consuelos. But most people simply appreciated the playful dynamic between the hosts. One viewer wrote that the moment reminded them why the show feels like sitting at the kitchen table with friends. Another said the conversation was the funniest thing on morning TV in years. A couple who can laugh together. Ultimately, the segment wasn't really about scheduling romance. It was about something much more important, the ability to laugh together.